Hey, this is Glenn. What are your non-negotiables? That old phrase, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything, is so true. When we're talking about our culture and our values, we're often talking about how people should be treating each other. But you also have to think, where is the room for learning in that? There are some things that are just beyond the pale, and you can't ever learn from them. And there are others that people can make a mistake or slip a little bit as long as they're growing. I had two non-negotiables. One was trust, and the other was compassion. I needed to trust you. And if I couldn't trust you, I couldn't use you. We had access to incredibly sensitive and regulated data. And if somebody on the team violated that trust, we could wind up in regulatory or legal issue, but we'd also wind up losing the trust of the people that we supported, which would kill our mission. So I needed to trust you. Anytime somebody violated that trust, when they showed a lack of character or a lack of integrity, I couldn't use you anymore. The other non-negotiable I had was compassion. We served others. And so I needed you to have a good bedside manner. I needed you to serve them with compassion, patience, and grace. I didn't want them to feel like they weren't smart enough after you visited. As a matter of fact, I wanted people to feel encouraged after one of our team members came to help them. Because honestly, it was our job to fix the computers. It wasn't their job. They were accountants or Parks and Rec or whatever they are. And it wasn't their job to know everything about computers. It was our job. So I couldn't expect them to really understand everything. That's why we were there. And without them, we wouldn't have a job. So I needed them to treat everyone with compassion when they dealt with them. There are other values that really grew as the person understood their role better or as they learned the technical aspects of what they did. Resilience, for one. It's awful hard to be resilient if you're just starting out in whatever profession it is. But as you grow in your abilities and your skills, now you have more than one way to fix a problem. And you have different ways that you can attack it because you've had problems in the past that you had to work your way through. And those problems were learning opportunities. So there are things that people can learn, but there are also things that they should come with. So I urge you, as you're working on your culture, to take the time to determine what your non-negotiables are. Where do people have an opportunity to learn, and where is it just a hard line that nobody is allowed to cross? And you have to make that clear. Communicate that to them. Let them know where that finish line is or where those boundaries are to help keep them on the road that you're going. Well, I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening.